Welcome to UAPB Currents. I'm your host, Shelly Roby Ingram, and today we are joined by head baseball coach Carlos James and associate head coach and recruiting coordinator Marc MacMillan. Welcome to UAPB Currents.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, so we're going to jump in because I know you guys have a lot to talk about. Let's start out by introducing yourselves to our UAPB Currents audience and the community. Coach James.
Well, I'm the head coach, Carlos James. I'm from Pine Bluff. I started here actually as assistant coach back in '99. Left here, became a scout with Seattle. Then took the head coaching job at University of Arkansas at Monticello for approximately 4 years. And now I'm going on my 4th year as head coach here at UAPB. So happy to be back.
All right, and you are a graduate of the University of Arkansas
I'm a
at
graduate of the University of Arkansas at Pine Bluff in Jewish studies.
All right, and welcome back. And Coach MacMillan, tell us a little bit about your background.
I'm the associate head coach, recruiting coordinator from Memphis, Tennessee. Graduated from Ole Miss with a degree in managerial finance, and then got my master's from Canisius College in sport administration.
Okay.
Started off coaching high school, then got into college, and kind of been following this guy around for the past 5 years, so happy to be here.
All right, well, you guys obviously are making a great team, so when you have that, then it's best that you stick with it.
Yeah.
Correct.
Okay, so tell us a little bit about the team and your vision for the team, Coach James.
Well, the vision for the program is to be, nationally recognized program. We want to do things at a high standard. We call it the golden standard. We have a process that we put our kids through daily, which includes, things off the field more so than on the field. The on the field part is easy, but the going to class and being an upstanding gentleman in the community, doing charity work and things like that. We try to build our character, more, and it's been good. We got a good group of guys from all over the United States and 3 countries, so they've done a really good job of adhering to the standard and so that we can, aspire to being one of the top programs in the country.
Right, and I know when you speak about working with the community, I know from hearing from different people that they always think about the baseball team, especially when it's time to paint buildings downtown. So tell us about your community work and involvement that the students.
Community service is important. We want to support the community that supports us. We try to get involved in as many things as we can throughout the year. It's sometimes difficult just with class schedules and their overall schedule. In particular, we've built a great relationship with Neighbor to Neighbor, which is close to Tori's heart as well. In addition, we've worked some camps for the police department. So it's something we'll continue to do because it's important to us. And I feel like if it's important to the coaching staff, then it's something that the players will take on as well. This particular group this year, they chose to walk in the Susan G. Komen event up in Little Rock recently. And then this weekend coming up, we'll actually be taking up canned goods at the Fort Brooke Shires to donate to Neighbor to Neighbor for Thanksgiving.
Okay. All right. Now tell us about the standard process then, because you guys have a lot going on, and you said that it's more important your off the field activities than just as much as your on the field activities. So tell us kind of what that standard process is like when you bring all of these different students in from all these different places and get them acclimated to your program.
Well, we always tell our kids it's more than just about baseball. Our job, one day our kids are going to be, husbands, they're going to be, fathers, they're going to be community leaders. So it's our job to further that. We become extensions of their parents when they're here. Right. And we hold them to a high standard, going to class, going to study hall, doing the right things, on the weekends, making sure that they understand that they have they have to represent the university in such a way that is pleasing to everybody, So they do a good job. Sometimes we have to remind them. We have different meetings and things like that we have to continue to preach the process to them. But they do a really good job of staying within the boundaries that we set for them, and it's been good for us.
Okay, all right. Now tell us about, I guess, the diversity of the team makeup and why that's important for not only the players, but I guess for the university program as well.
You can start it.
I think it just more entails Coach James' vision. Again, we want to represent, the population here, and there's it's diverse, but also at the same time, these young men have aspirations of doing things beyond here,
right.
and the different demographics that we bring to the group. It enables them to better their skills once they get out of here. We've been fortunate to get a lot of guys from a lot of different places. It really just boils down to making sure they're the right fit.
Right.
And the right fit for us is a young man that's looking for little distractions, wants to excel in the classroom, wants to play great competition, but at the same time he's got to be a great teammate, someone with a good personality, has the same motivation that the group that he's playing with has as well.
Okay, all right. Now tell us about the academic success of the team, because again, you stress the importance of the classroom because they are student athletes first. And so tell us about the academic success of the baseball team.
Well, that's one of the things I'm most proud of. Last year we carried a 3.31 GPA as a team. I think we had over 32 guys that's been on the All-SWAC academic team. We got 5 players that are in Chi Alpha Sigma, which is the National Honor Society for athletes. Our guys do a wonderful job in class. I'm so proud of them, because that's the thing that, like I tell them, you can't take that degree away from them. I mean, that's one thing you can earn, nobody can ever take away from you. And they do such a good job. I'm like the proud parent, to see those guys, walk across the stage and get that degree, and they're able to come in here and be focused and disciplined and get their schoolwork, done. So excited about that.
All right, and I imagine it is difficult, managing all of these young men and their studies and classes, especially when you guys travel so much.
It is. We do have another assistant coach, John Tatum, that does a good job of keeping up with their schedules. As well, one of the requirements when we go on the road is they have to have their books. Coach won't allow them on the bus unless they do.
Okay.
We do have study hall on the road as well that they can count towards their hours for the week. But another thing we do is we challenge them to excel in the classroom, and those study hall hours in the spring they can minimize based off their performance. So you give them a little competition. It's something that they thrive on and they enjoy doing.
Okay. All right. Well, we're going to get ready to go to break, and then we're going to have the opportunity to come back and speak with some of these wonderful young men that you all have been hearing so much about. And later on in the show, you guys are going to come back, and we're going to have an opportunity to talk about some of the improvements to the Torrey Hunter baseball and softball complex, and talk a little bit more about recruiting so that we can continue to bring in these wonderful student athletes. Right?
All right. Thank you.
All right. We'll be right back on UAPB Currents.
The average text takes your eyes off the road for nearly 5 seconds. Stop the texts. Stop the wrecks.
Welcome back to UAPB Currents, and we are here with the University of Arkansas at Pine Bluff baseball team, and we're having the opportunity to speak with some of the players. Guys, let's jump in and introduce yourselves to the audience. Tell us where you're from and what your major is and your position, just a little bit about yourselves.
All right, I'm Josh Cassidy. I'm from Magnolia, Arkansas. Currently a junior here at Pine Bluff. I'm majoring in business. I play third base.
Okay.
I'm Kirby Campbell. I'm a senior from Fort Worth, Texas. I'm a utility, first base, outfield, and my major is general studies.
Okay, all right.
I'm Rashawn Tillman. I'm currently a junior from Oakland, California. I'm majoring in computer science and I play outfield.
Okay, all right. Now, Rashawn, tell us a little bit about, we were speaking on the break about the diversity of the team and what you, I guess, gather from that, why that's important to you.
Well, we have guys from all over the country, like the coaches touched on, 3 different countries, and it's like we build a brotherhood, and it's just nice to know that I could pretty much travel anywhere, and there's somebody, you know, that I'm comfortable with and that I have a bond with, and it's just a lot of different backgrounds, and it's actually very comfortable setting.
Yeah. Okay. All right. And Kirby, I guess we were going to talk a little bit about the team, since you're the senior player here on the stage right now. What differences you've seen from last year's team and this year's team, and what your expectations are from the team?
Well, I guess the easiest thing, the biggest difference, I guess, is the work ethic. Mm-hmm. And that's something that we really struggled with last year is, we just didn't know how to push ourselves really. And this year it started in the weight room, and we really created an identity in there of just, getting after it. And from there it kind of, just moved from the weight room to the field to the classroom, and now we understand the concept of, hard work in everyday life and just winning the day, I guess. And also team chemistry. I mean, that's been huge this year. As Rashawn touched on diversity, mm-hmm. I mean, it's really tough to come into a situation like this and be able to gel with guys from everywhere. But I mean, it happened seamlessly. It was really cool to see that we built up a great team chemistry this fall, and it's continued on into our off season. And last year, I feel like some guys maybe felt isolated, alienated, I guess. For whatever reason, and that kind of hurt us on the field. But this year, I mean, when Rashawn says brotherhood, he means that. I mean, it's been really cool just to be able to be a part of it. And expectations for the spring, I mean, all eyes are on Fort Worth. We're trying to get there, win a SWAC championship, and then from there, who knows what can happen.
Okay, all right. Tell us a little bit about why, now you're from Arkansas, but why you chose to come to this program in the University of Arkansas at Pine Bluff.
Okay. I came on my recruiting visit here to talk to the coaches. They saw me on an opportunity, and I've always wanted to play Division I baseball. Mm-hmm. So it just seemed like a perfect fit to come to Pine Bluff, get to play teams we get to play, and get to play a part of this great program.
Okay. Now, how do you guys feel, I guess, about the academic programs, about your academic programs? Who wants to answer that? Okay.
Well, our coaches take academics very serious, and once they relay that message to us, it's our responsibility as players to uphold that standard. And as a team, we come together and we kind of talk about it, and we say, well, this is what the coaches want us to do. This is what we have to get done. And that's exactly how we take care of ourselves in the classroom and on the field.
And do you guys motivate each other to kind of stay on your studies? And
I would say yes. I mean, it's nobody wants to be the lowest GPA on the team.
Oh, okay.
It's
that's a little competition.
Exactly.
Yeah.
There's some competition to it, and we had some guys who had 4.0s last year, and so that's huge. But I mean, it's kind of like we just have to keep each other accountable, and that goes on with baseball and life in the classroom, everywhere. And that's one of the principles that our coaches have been, preaching to us since day one is, responsibility, accountability, and the classroom is a perfect example of how we can, put that into action.
Okay. Now, you guys spoke about a brotherhood. I know one of the things that I've personally observed when we're taping basketball games is kind of the unity of the fact, you guys coming in and supporting the other athletic programs. You guys all come into the basketball game and sit together. So what is, what are some of the things that you guys do when you're off the field to build that brotherhood, when you're just hanging out and spending time together that's made you so close?
Well, as Kirby stated earlier, like, we gel together so easily. So if it's just sitting at a teammate's house watching a game, or having a team potluck where everybody brings a dish and we sit around and
so
eat.
you guys are cooking?
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, it's just little things that we kind of just being with each other and just having each other's back and just being each other's company just all the time. It's pretty easy, and it's fun. It's definitely a fun group to be around.
Okay. All right. Well, we're going to go to break, and when we come back, then we're going to be joined by some more of their teammates, so you guys can get to meet a few more and see what some of the other players are like and what they're thinking about. Thank you guys so much for coming and speaking with us today.
Thank you.
All right, and wish you luck. Wish you luck in the classroom and on the field.
Thank you.
All right, and we'll be right back on UAPB Currents.
The forest is a magical place for your whole family, with animals and fun all around. Ooh. So discover the forest and explore all the wonder that's there. Visit discovertheforest.org to find a forest near you.
Welcome back to UAPB Currents, and again, we are here today with the baseball team from the University of Arkansas at Pine Bluff, and we have another group of players who have joined us on set right now. Good morning, guys.
Good morning.
Go ahead and tell us, introduce yourselves so we can find out a little bit more about the team.
All right, well, I'm Schwartz. I'm a senior from Long Island, New York. My major is general studies, and I'm a pitcher.
I'm Mikey Ramirez from Los Angeles, California. I'm a senior physical education major, and I'm also a pitcher.
Okay.
Tyler Oertle, San Jose, California. Senior catcher, and my major is physical education.
Okay. All right, so we all have all seniors here today, right now. So you guys tell us a little bit then, since you're senior team members, about your expectations of the team and how you've seen the team grow as you've been a part of it.
Really, our expectations this year are nothing short of Fort Worth. And last year we fell short in the tournament. We expected more of ourselves from last year, but this year, if we don't make the championship, I mean, we're all going to be disappointed. Mm-hmm. But our expectations this year is to get to the championship game and go on to a regional.
Okay. All right. So tell us a little bit about what you see different from perhaps this year's team and last year's.
I think, as Kirby touched on, it was the work ethic's a really big difference. Last year, some guys kind of went through the motions, and I think this year, it's as a unit, like as a whole, everyone's pretty much bought into working hard every day. As I said, all aspects of life. The other thing is we have a strong core of guys that came back,
Okay.
and that hasn't happened in the past. You know, we had 3 seniors last year, so it's kind of tough for everybody to come in and gel together. This year we have 12, 13 seniors.
Okay.
So we're just trying to set a good example for the rest of the guys.
Okay, all right. Now, I hear that you guys are the fun group. So tell us a little bit about some of the things that you guys, the other group spoke about, the brotherhood and the camaraderie that you guys have as a team. So tell us a little bit about, you travel so much, what some of the things you do on the road to have a good time.
Well, I think sometimes the bus rides can get a little long and boring, so we just got to try to have fun with it the best we can, and while others are trying to sleep, usually me and this guy are get the music bumping, get some dancing going in there. So I mean, when we stop at truck stops, we'll get some Red Bulls, get a little bit of energy.
Okay.
Get us ready to go for our dance parties on the bus rides. Especially when we win, it makes it a lot more fun.
Oh, okay. All right. So you're sleeping on the way there, though, and partying on the way back?
It's nice to sleep for the first couple hours, but then once we start getting close, it's time to get our minds right.
Right. You got to get up and get yourselves pumped up.
Exactly.
Get yourselves going. Now, I hear you guys have a talent show every year, and as the other group spoke about, you know, some of the competitiveness that you guys have in the classroom that carries over into all aspects of your lives. So what went on exactly at these talent shows, and what you guys expect from the talent shows this year?
Well, I'll let DJ Big Belly Mike
get
on there. Yeah, Mike over here.
Just gotta say, my group won it last year. It was a group effort, but no, it's a lot of fun. We get together with groups of guys. You know, some guys, you know, if we're not as close, you know, as teammates, you know, it really helps us come together, brings us closer. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
It brings out the creativeness in everybody. can see what people can come up with, the crazy stuff.
Yeah, your team won last year. What was your act? What was your performance?
We did a dance-off. It was like a club scene. A couple guys bumped into each other.
Yeah.
They were gonna fight, broke up, and then it turned into a dance-off.
Oh, okay.
It was a lot of fun.
Okay.
I was on the DJ turntables.
Okay,
So
we
I was
might have
getting
to
started.
see about sending the camera crew out to videotape you guys' talent shows.
It's a lot of fun.
Okay, tell us a little bit about what brought you guys, because all of you guys are from a little far out, California and Texas and New York. So tell us what brought you to this university and this program.
Really, I mean, usually every kid's dream is to play Major League Baseball, like for us, because we're baseball players.
Right.
I wouldn't say necessarily that was mine. It was always to play Division I baseball, like Kirby had touched on.
Yeah.
And when I got the call from Coach Mac, they weren't in the midst of a great season. They were in the rebuilding stage. And same thing with my junior college was they weren't having a great year. I just like helping things turn around, be a part of something to help something turn around. And I think that's what all of us are here to do. As we could tell from the 13-game turnaround that we had last year from the year before, that was pretty much what sold me, was to get an opportunity to help something small turn into something big and be a help of a process. So that was my decision.
All right, before we go, what is it going to be like for you, senior team member? Your championship is in Fort Worth. That's where you're from. And you guys make it there, and that's where you win, you make it. What's that party going to be like?
Oh, man.
Is everybody going to be at your house?
It's actually Club Kyle. He takes over on that. He turns the place into a club, so he can touch on it.
Yeah, I like the club scene. It helps us just loosen up and have a good time. But yeah, when we win the championship, it's gonna be quite the celebration. But we know right after that, pretty much a 24-hour rule. We got to turn around and focus and get ready for a regional.
Okay. All right. Well, I wish you guys the best of luck. And when you win that championship, then we'll have you guys, we'll definitely come tape the party so everybody can have a chance to celebrate with you guys, okay?
All
right. We'll be right back on UAPB Currents.
5 seconds. Stop the texts. Stop the wrecks. Visit us at stoptextstoprex.org.
Welcome back to UAPB Currents, and again we're here with the coaching staff from the University of Arkansas at Pine Bluff baseball team, and I enjoyed your players. I enjoyed the team. They always seem like they're having a good time, though. Whenever I see any of the baseball players anywhere, I've never seen any of them, walking around looking sad and mad or anything like that. They always seem to be enjoying whatever they're doing. So you guys are doing a good job with them.
That's good.
Now let's talk about some of the improvements that are about to take place and taking place with the Torrey Hunter baseball and softball complex.
Well, this year we'll finally we'll get seats added to the stadium this year. We'll have approximately 100 chairback seats that'll go on sale here soon, and then it'll be black and gold. Actually, the colors of the stadium will be black and gold. So we're excited about having the seats in, which enables us to host bigger schools. Okay. This year we'll have ACC school and University of Pittsburgh coming to Pine Bluff to UAPB to play. I don't think that's happened before, but that just goes along with the standard we're trying to raise and putting our program on the map to get such a school like University of Pittsburgh to come in to Pine Bluff and play. Also, we're in the midst of building a press box. That'll house a locker room, bathrooms, storage areas. It'll have a meeting room in there, coaches' offices and things like that. So, we're in the process of really making the place look good. It'll be comparable to all the other Division I programs here in the state. Okay, and I know that's not inexpensive endeavor that you guys are undertaking. So what are some of the ways that people in the community, our alumni especially, can assist you guys? What do you guys have going on as far as fundraising efforts? Right now we have a fundraising gala planned at the Governor's Mansion It's within the last weekend in January.
Okay.
The last weekend in January. We'll be selling tickets soon, and hopefully we can come back on the show and give more information about it as it becomes closer. But we will have some celebrity guests there. Torrey Hunter, he'll be there. He and his wife. Hopefully we'll have Cliff Lee there. So we'll have and then the governor as well, and a lot of other prominent people around the state will be involved in the fundraiser. So we're really looking forward to it.
Okay. And of course, I'm sure alumni and those of you in the community, if you have any desire to send in specific donations to the baseball team, then they're more than willing. The development office is more than willing to accept those on their behalf.
Yeah, we would.
If you would like to do that. I know you guys just wrapped up your fall practice and completed your early signing period. I don't know what that means, but it sounds exciting.
It is. Fall practice was good. I think you always want to finish better than you started. They did that as well. You're trying to enable them to create an identity, to get an understanding of maybe what their standard is and the process in place to meet that standard. We finished up with our Black and Gold World Series. It was excellent. It was a best of 5 and went all 5 games. It was ultimately we were very pleased with what we got out of it. As far as the early signing period, the NCAA allows for 2 dates, I guess, where you can sign potential student athletes. This one in particular is in November, so we just had 4 commitments during our early signing period that met some needs and some wants for next year. Okay. The next signing period's in April, so we got some time yet to continue to bring in guys that we feel are the right fit, and we'll continue to do that.
Okay, and before we go, the players had an opportunity to talk about their expectations for this year. What do you guys hope to see out of the year, not only from your players, but from commitment from community members and alumni as you travel on the road? I know it's always good if you look up in the stands and get to see a little bit of black and gold. So go ahead and make that appeal for people to come out and support you guys.
Well, we just want people to get involved in our program, seeing that the progress that we made, like we alluded to earlier, with the diversity of the team, and it reflects, Pine Bluff and the way Pine Bluff used to be for as baseball is concerned. So hopefully there's somebody on this team that you can come out and root for. And then just traveling around the country, we play all the top schools in the country. So I know there are alumni that's around, the United States. We're usually going to play somewhere in your area, and if you look at our schedule online, and you see that we're playing in your area, you feel free to give us a call, and hopefully we can get you some tickets, or give you a chance, the opportunity to meet the team.
Right.
So.
Okay. All right. Tell us before we go how interested players out there, well, they can't contact you, can they? No, but how people can contact you if they're interested in the program or buying those seats or finding out more information about how they can help you guys in any way.
Well, first you can contact us at the office, 870-575-8995. As well, you can go out to the athletic website. All 3 coaches have email addresses that they can feel free to reach us at. As well, we have our Twitter page, which is at UAPB Baseball, that they can reach out. Then we have Instagram as well.
Okay.
And I actually did tell the Twitter handle incorrectly. It's at UAPB_baseball. All those things we try to use to keep them up to date on what we're doing. Okay.
All right. Well, thank you guys so much for coming out. You guys say hello to your other assistant that's not here with you guys with you guys today. Maybe he'll be able to come back and join us on the next time you come back to talk about the gala. No, he's not the black. He's not the black tie guy. Okay, well, hi John. Anyway, we'll put up a picture of him on that one.
Yeah, milk card.
Okay. Thank you guys for coming out, and we will see you next time on UAPB Current.